Hi everybody, welcome back to the Sculpting channel. It is Tuesdays with Steph, so it's an open week. So I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial. Now sorry about the last one, but Peter's laptop won't upload in HD, so I'm now doing it on my new posh phone. Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus. I got it when it came out, I was so excited. Oh, it's been really humid lately, been giving me a lot of headaches. So yeah, so sorry I haven't done videos in a while. My HRT caused me a lot of swelling and I'm getting tests done to make sure it's not kidney problems or anything, but it has gone down a lot since I've had to come off from my surgery. I came off a week early because I was concerned about it. So I'm going to show you how to contour the face to make it look feminine, how to cover beard shadow, which is a bit more tricky now that I'm off the hormones because it is growing a bit more coarser and thicker and darker, so it's a bit harder, but it's still manageable. And yeah, and I'll do my hair off camera and such. So I think the most important thing when doing a makeup tutorial and when doing makeup on your skin is skincare first, because that helps to give you the best base for your skin. It also helps to keep your skin hydrated and nourished, and it helps to take, and another thing is please always take makeup off at night, because it makes your skin good, it stops you from aging, and it's bad for you and it ages you if you don't. Now this is the razor I use to shave because I can't have laser hair removal. So what I do is I take a face wash, like an exfoliating face wash. I've got the exfoliating one at home, but they sent me the wrong one, but I usually use the exfoliating. So what I would do is I would wash my face with that, rinse it off, and then instead of actually using shaving foam, I would use a conditioner like this. Tea tree is the best, and then I would shave down like that. So this is the Gillette 5-blade razor, so I'll link all of this stuff into the description below. Then I'd do rinse that off, face wash, rinse off, and then this again, and then I would go, and that gets every grain without hurting you. And then rinse it off, and that's you done. And that razor is amazing. It's not cheap foam, but it does work to get every hair, even though it doesn't look like it's got every hair, but it has. So I'm going to start off with my simple kind to skin cleansing lotion. So you don't need much of this. Now I'm just going to apply that all over the face and neck. Now I will be showing you some tricks as well to keep makeup on all day so that it doesn't come off completely in this hot weather. You need to, I think if you're going to go cheap on any products, it's fine, but if you're going to go, but one thing you cannot go cheap on is foundation. Foundation, I just think it pays to get a more expensive one, but there is some brands of like makeup that I actually think the cheaper version was actually better, and I'm not somebody that goes out and buys like really expensive makeup brands. The most expensive brand I've got in my kit is probably Kiko, Milano, and there, or no, Too Faced. No, not Too Faced. So I used my Simple Kind to Skin Soothing Facial Toner. Now I'm going to use my Simple Kind to Skin Replenishing Rich Moisturizer. So I'm going to link below that razor because I think it's very important. And the skincare, it's really up to you, and it's your own kind of skin preference. So you use whatever's best for your skin. Personally, you're supposed to cleanse, tone and moisturise every single night, which is what you're meant to do. Now while I'm waiting for that to dry in, because it does take a while to dry in, I'm going to take my, where is it actually? I can't find it. Right, I'm going to take my, just position the camera a bit better. I'm going to take my Eyeshadow Primer by Primark. Now I did have a Kiko Mellon one, but I can't find it anywhere. What this does is it helps to give a good base for the eye, so when you put an eyeshadow on, it goes on a lot better and it keeps it on longer as well. if any wants to come out the flipping thing. Not much is coming out. Right, some's come out, so it's enough. So you're just going to take that and you're just going to dab the eye. So I'm going to take this mirror actually and have a look at what I'm doing. You have to really work it into the eye. So now we've done that, I also use a day cream. I also wanted to mention that I think sun protection, even in the winter, every single day is essential, because sun cream is what makes your skin less likely to age, and it also helps with things like, I think I'll sit here, that's better. And what it does is, as well, is it helps you to not have, it helps you not to age, and it helps to keep your skin in good condition, and it lessens the risk of skin cancer, obviously, the obvious one. So I use a day cream with SPF in. Now, in makeup, SPF is not really enough just to use on its own in makeup, because you'd have to put a level teaspoon, you'd have to put a heap teaspoon size amount on. So what I usually do is, I usually go in like twice, with a small dollop first and then a big dollop of that cream. I usually put an all day sun cream, daily facial sun cream on, but I've ran out today, and yeah. So you just want that to dry in. Keep rubbing it till it's dry. Now, after shaving, your skin might be a bit stingy like mine is, so yeah, I'm getting my surgery, which I'm nervous about, but I'm also excited because I'm going to get to that step where I finally feel content with myself. I mean, I'm starting to feel a lot more happy with myself. I have had bouts of bad mental health recently, but I think it's just because I'm nervous about what's to come and stuff like that. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is, so that's dry now. So then I use this Nivea Post Shave Sensitive Balm. Now that can be used as sort of like a light primer, which is really good, and it because it's got heavy amounts of glycerin in, and glycerin's what makes makeup stick to skin. I use it kind of like as a really light primer under another primer, so that it kind of helps stick to my face better and stays on a lot longer. And I put it all over the beard area because it stops the stinginess. Because ever since I've come off the hormones again, the stinginess has happened. So I'm just going to work that in and make sure it's all in. And then the next step I do, someone said this can be used as a primer. No, not this product. This is the Kiko Mellon Free Salt Blurring Eye Cream. This eye cream is amazing, because what this eye cream does is it sort of puts a barrier between, I have because I'm in my 30s now, I've got slight crow's feet, which you can't really see them because they're just starting off. And what happens with me is that when I put any powder under my eye or any makeup, it just accentuates the wrinkles, makes me look like I've aged, which is a common thing to happen with people my age. So this eye cream stops anything from sinking into the lines and wrinkles, and it sits on top of this product rather than the wrinkles, and makes it look like just how it is now. Like, if you see what I mean, like it doesn't accentuate the wrinkles. So it is really good. It is a good product. You want to really work that in. And because I've got a lot of redness in my skin, I wouldn't say it's like rosacea, but it's red. Rosacea is when you have really bad redness. So I use this Kiko Mellon Skin Tone Face Base, which is also kind of like a mini primer, but I don't trust it enough to be a primer, so I use it. Priming, for anybody that doesn't know, because a lot of us trans girls are new to this and we don't really know. Priming is like what you put on the skin before you put makeup on, so that it makes the makeup go on the best as possible, and it helps it to have that longevity that you need in a makeup. So this is running out as well because I'm at my boyfriend's and I've left quite a lot of my stuff at home because I thought it was only staying one night, because the landlady's still not fixed the gas cooker, which is really annoying, but they are getting it done tomorrow because she ordered the wrong size of hobs. Really annoying. So I'm just going to put this all over the face and a bit on the nose. Now I don't put it on the beard area because I find if I put it on the beard area it tends to make the beard cover go on less. So makeup is really how you want it to be on your skin, and you can start off with anything you want. I always start off with eyes because I find that my eyes are the bit that tends to have fallout, which is where it like comes down, and fallout means when you've got product and then it moves down to the bottom of the skin. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my primer by Fix and Glow Rimmel primer. And this is not like a cream primer. I do quite like it. So you just do this, you just go. Always put a generous layer on. Now I learnt this trick from a YouTuber, and it's a fantastic trick actually, and it works really well. If you put powder on before your makeup, obviously you'll put it on after as well. Just getting my brushes because they're above my camera. So if you put powder on before your makeup all over your face, it helps the makeup to go on a lot better. So what I tend to do is I don't use these little spongy things, so I'm using the Rimmel London Match Perfection Translucent Powder. This is amazing, and just a powder brush. This is actually my favourite powder of all time. I do like, there's a square one called Maybelline Fit Me, but it's so popular to never have it in my, they only have the coloured ones, and I don't like coloured powder, I like translucent powder. So what we're going to do is I'll be using the mirror when I do my eyes and stuff, because it doesn't matter if you don't get this. And then you're gonna all over the eyes, just work it in, baby. So now the eyes, I don't know what I'm going to do. No, I think I'm going to do like a purpley kind of look today, which goes really well with green eyes, because I have been doing a lot of orangey reddy looks, and I'm fed up with it now. So I'm going in with the Kiko Mellon Smart palette, which I'll be using this white to start off with, and I'll be using a eyeshadow brush. So I've got one here. Now I like this Kiko Mellon stuff because it doesn't give a lot of fallout. It's not very pigmented for, which is annoying. You have to kind of layer it on and layer it on. But what I'm going to do is I'm coming closer for the eye bit, because the eye bit's the bit where you need to come closer. So I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to go. Same on the other side. Now I'm just going to pat it on. Now that's not very pigmented, but we don't really need that to be pigmented, because that's just our sort of base. So then I'm going to take this like kind of colour at the end, this purpley here. I think I'll sit down a bit more and I can zoom in on the eye, because you don't really need to see my mouth for this bit. So we're going to take that purple. Well, actually this little palette's got a mirror in it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to come a bit closer so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm just going to Now I'm just going to tap it on to make it go on a bit thicker. And then I'm going to take this other purple next to it, like this kind of purpley here, and put that in the middle as like a translucent shade. Now I'm going to do the same on the other side. So you can see that's making the purple of my eye really, the green of my eye really pop. Right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this darker purple that I had before, and I'm just going to go into the crease line. Now another good way to put eyeshadow on if you're not, if you don't want it to go on a bit cakey and you're not very experienced with putting eyeshadow on, is to hold your eye like that and then do it. But that can kind of cause, that can in the long run, if you do it too often, cause wrinkles. So I'm just going into the bit again and doing that. Making sure that this side is more darker. So that's that done, and then we're going to take this black colour and we're just going to smoke that out into the outer corner, sorry. Just to give it a bit more dark, to help open your eyes up a bit. So that is good. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this darkish purple colour again. I'm going to switch brush now, and I'm going to use this little tiny brush, and I'm just going to go right to the lash line, so I'll come closer, right to the lash line. Doing the same with this eye. So that's really good. So it's giving me some definition. So I'm just going to take this brush again, and I'm sort of just going to put the purple on a bit more. That's it, and I've left that middle bit. It's got that kind of like translucent-y thing to it. So, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with the eyeliner, which I use a pencil eyeliner on the bottom and usually a felt tip liner on the top. I'm not doing a winged eyeliner today because I can't find my pencil, and I'm just going to use my not my pencil, my felt tip liner. So I'm just going to use this. Now if you're older, sometimes black can look a bit harsh, so I'm going into the tight line, and then this is going to be tricky doing this with one hand, so I'm going to try and do this with one hand. So I'm just going to go as close to the lash line as possible. Now I'm just going to make the outer corner a bit thicker, like that. So I find it easier if I do this when I'm doing my eyeliner. That's it. Now I'm just going to and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to curl my lashes with my lash curlers. I've got 2 sets of lash curlers, so I'm just going to use one because I lost one set. And then you want to, but when you're curling the lashes, go up. That helps to give it more, help it to mascara more. These are just cheap Primark ones. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my mascara. Now I use this amazing mascara by L'Oreal. It's Fibre Lash Extreme. Now it's got 2 sides, and there is a reason, because number 1 is what you start off with, and it kind of coats the lashes to make them longer, but then the other one makes them fuller. Or one of them makes them fuller, one of them makes them longer. I can't remember which way around it is, but you just want to. So I only put the number 1 on the top lashes, I don't do it on the bottom lashes. So I'm just going to. And then I'm going to go into number 2. And I put that all over, including my bottom lashes as well, as you can see. I don't put false lashes on because I can't do it. I managed to do it 2 or 3 times and now I can't do it. And it's not easy. I don't like them either. I think they suit lots of girls, but sometimes it can make some of us trans girls look a bit more masculine and a bit more drag-like. Fair enough, if you rock them, that's you, it's great, but personally for me, I don't like them. And now, this is not me saying this is how all trans ladies should be. This is just the archetype that surgeons use for face feminization. So I'm not saying that all trans ladies should look like me. I'm not saying that at all. So that's the eyes done. So now we're going on to beard cover. So when you're thinking about covering your beard shadow, you need to think about the opposite undertones to your beard. So the undertones to my beard are bluey green. So I use an orangey, peachy, pinky kind of colour all over my face. So you can buy Ben Nye 50 Sharp, you can buy there is loads of products out there that cater towards beard covering, but they're always sold out, they're expensive, and I think a good old plain lipstick can do the same thing for next to nothing. But if you've got blonde hair, sorry, the camera keeps moving. If you've got blonde hair here or really light hair, you could get away with just using a Max Factor pan stick. But for me, I find that mine's too dark. Mine's just far too dark, far too dark, far too dark. So I have to do it. And the trick is that I get this Max Factor lipstick in Pink Brandy, and I just put it all over the beard shadow, which may look ridiculous at first, but bear with me and I'll make it look good. No way, shape or form am I claiming that I'm a makeup artist either, or I'm amazing at makeup. I'm just showing you what I've learned off of YouTube from other YouTubers or big YouTubers. So you just go. I love it when you've just washed your makeup brushes and then you go to use them for the first time and you get the best makeup application. It's so great, but it is very time consuming to wash makeup brushes. So you just want to sort of blend that in. Now for the upper lip area, I find that it comes off really quick. It comes off easily if you don't do it with your finger. So if you do it with the brush, it tends to come off. And then what we're going to do is, the secret is this Max Factor pan stick, which is 1 shade darker than my natural skin tone, covers the redness, but it doesn't diminish it. So you essentially going back to neutral, your natural skin tone, but with the beard covered as well. It's really clever. I learnt this off of YouTube and it was fantastic. So what I do is I take a big brush and I just buff that into the skin. making sure that I wipe any bits off down here that have not, that are kind of further down. So I'm going to take this big brush like this. Any old brush will do, as long as it's big enough to swirl round and round your face. So then I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go. But you don't want it to go too high up the face, because then your face will be orange. My lip piercing's not in today because it was hurting my lip. I took it out and the ball fell out, so I've got to go and get another one. What I tend to do, I tend to... So that's still a bit orangey, but don't worry about that, because we're going to... I just take an old towel to wipe any excess, and then I make sure it's all rubbed into the corners of my neck. So don't worry about the redness still, because we're going to be putting foundation over this anyway, and that'll help with the colour. So I'm using the Kiko Mellon 2-in-1 full coverage foundation. It's the best foundation I've ever used, and it's, even though they're quite an expensive brand in the high end, they always have sales on, so it's quite cheap. So I'm just going to get that and show you it. So I take 2 foundation brushes, because one's for the non-beard area and one's for beard area, because you don't want to put foundation first in the beard area and then you're wiping up, you'll get the face all orange. So I'll take this 2-in-1 full coverage in the colour W10, Warm Rose 10, and yeah, I just sort of like dab it on the face like this. But to start off with, I'm gonna, I only put it on one bit at a time, because I find this foundation dries into your skin really quickly, and you don't really want that. I like this foundation because it covers everything I want to cover, and us trans ladies do need a more, I think most of the time we need a more full coverage anyway, in my experience of doing trans girls makeup. I have done a few trans girls makeup, which I really get a lot of enjoyment out of doing, because it helps. It's not just makeup that I like putting on because I'm vain. I'm not vain, it's because I like the whole art side of it as well. So this foundation covers what I need to cover, but it's the most natural looking out of all the thick ones, and it's also a concealer, so it's really good that it's 2-in-1. But I have seen this new foundation out, which is like a foundation that's supposed to prime, conceal, powder and all in one, and you just put it on as a one thing. I don't think that really works very well. I think products should mainly be separate, if you know what I mean, but I always put concealer on over anyway. So this foundation is really nice on the skin. So yeah, I love this Scott Trans channel. It's amazing. It's helped my confidence. I just haven't been doing a lot of videos lately as well, because I've had a lot of personal issues where my friend died, and it upset me, and I was really distraught for weeks. And I couldn't do anything for weeks because I was so upset. I just, for 5 whole days, I didn't leave my flat, and I just stayed in bed most of the time. And it was really awful, but I'm not going into the details of how she died, but basically she had bad mental health and took her own life, so it was not good. So we've all been a bit shaken by it. But we're just going to take this down the centre of the nose, and then we're just going to, then I'm going to take any excess actually and put it under the eye. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that other brush, the Real Techniques brush, I'm going to do the beard area now. See how that's covering really well? I like it. Some people say just put the red lipstick on and then the foundation, but for me that doesn't really work. It still looks cakey. It still looks orange, so it's not too good for me. I always put that bit on the lip, under the chin, I mean under the lip, just to dry out first so that it's easier to blend, because that's the bit where I find I get most. So with the upper lip you want to, but because I find the lip comes off, the lip area comes off, sorry, I've just got foundation on my finger, and the bottle is not very easy to use, which is a bit annoying, but I go like this, I go, and then I go, because that just stops it being rubbed off. Now we're going on to we're going on to the neck. That's it. Then we're going to take this brush here and we're just going to go. I'm going to take my fingers to this bit and just sort of blend it in. So now, what I do is, this is another trick I use to keep my makeup on a lot longer, is I'm just going to go in with some powder all over my face. And then I'm going to take some finishing spray, and I'm just going to, which is the same one I've used before. This is a finishing spray and a primer. I'm just going to lightly spray all over. That'll help lock this in a bit. So now this is the bit where we really feminise the face. So I'm going to get up close and personal with you all right now. I'm just trying to find a good spot to use. On camera this looks very not covered my beard, it's because it's hot, so I'm going to put another layer of this stuff on. Now I'm going to get that pan stick wherever it is, oh it's there. I'm just going to and I'm just gonna, that's covered better. So don't ignore the stupid eyebrows because they're too thick at the minute, because I've been lazy and not waxing them, and I refuse to pay 20 quid to get them waxed. So yeah, not my thing to get them waxed. So however, so I'm getting my contour and my highlight. Now I use two different kinds of highlighter because one of the highlighters sinks into my wrinkles in my eye area and makes them stand out. So I'm using the Kiko Mellon Sculpting Contour, the Kiko Mellon Creamy Touch Highlighter, which goes under the eye bit and over the beard bit because it accentuates the beard, this one does. The Unicorn Hearts, which is by I Heart Makeup, and it's amazing. It doesn't come out rainbow coloured, it comes out like a silver colour. So the key to good contour and highlight is really to blend, 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 blend and blend. You don't want harsh stripes. So I'm going to start off with my contour. Now this is an easy way to get the cheekbones, is to suck your cheeks in like this. So go. We want to almost go down, but not as far down. And then we want to go down the ear, and down the jawline, and then down there. That gives a skinnier neck. So the contour won't necessarily sculpt your face to make it look slimmer, and the highlighter will make things look higher and more stand out. So that's what you want. Just practice with this. It took me a while to learn how to do it. And then under the lip you want to do a line, and then you want to go down from the eyebrow, down the nose like that, and then down the other side. This is going to make your nose look slimmer. And then to lower your hairline, you can draw along the hairline. I don't always do that, but I'm going to do it today for the purpose of this video because I've got a hair piece which makes my hair look lower anyway. But I do contour up here anyway because I like it. So what we're going to do is I can't get this hair out of the way. It's annoying. Right, so as you can see, I've got micro beads and all shit. Right, so anyway, I can't get this to do it without the... Right, I'm going to have to put the mirror here. Right, that's better. Now I can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to go along the hairline and down to the, and then I'm going to do a 3 shape, but make sure the last flick of the 3, try and make them as symmetrical as possible. Don't worry if you can't. Try and get the last 3 flick to hit the cheek contour, which makes it look fabulous. Now we're going on to highlighter, if I can find where I put the highlighter that I was just using a minute ago. Oh, there it is. So I'm going to take this highlight and I'm just going to put it under the eye area in a triangle shape, as close to the nose as possible. And then I'm going to go Cupid's bow, a W shape there, a little moon circle under the cheek, just to raise the cheekbones up, because women, the archetype is that women have naturally higher cheekbones. Then I'm going to take this Unicorn Hearts highlighter, which is amazing. I'm going to take a highlighting brush if I can find it, because I've got loads of brushes here. One's just fallen in the bath, because I'm sitting in the bath. So I'm going to take this highlighter here and I'm going to rub it along, and then I'm just going to go down the centre of the nose and do a fan shape in between the eyebrows, and then I'm going to go just below the eye highlight, and then I'm just going to go under the eyebrow bone at the corners of the nose. Now at the end of this I'll be highlighting in the corner of the eye, because that helps to keep the eye it helps to open up the eye. But now I'm going to get all the contour and I'm going to buff it all in. Then for this bit I take my finger. Right, and then for up here I'm just going to go take my finger for this highlight bit, and I'll take the finger for the eye bit. And then I'm going to take a large brush now, and I'm going to so that's our contour and highlight done, which is really good. Then I'm going to put more of that eye balm on that goes under the eye, just so I can put my concealer underneath it. Just going to get some more. Sorry that this video is a bit long, but when I'm doing videos I always seem to take longer to do my makeup. So I'm going to get my, I use this amazing stuff. It is called Anti-Aging Instant Anti-Age Eraser by Maybelline. You just put that under the eye. So where is the lid to this? Because I've got some. Right. So we're going to do like a triangle shape under the eye. So as you can see, there's like a triangle shape. Now it doesn't look like it'd be my shade, but once it's all matched in, it does work. So we're going to take, what brush shall I use? My eye, I've got something in my eye. So I'm just going to use the other end of that highlighter brush, and I'm just going to now, a lot of people bake under the eye, which is when you put powder like what I'm doing now under the eye, but I'm not putting powder under because it accentuates my wrinkles, so I don't do that. Then because my wrinkles are really accentuated now, as you can see, I'm going to go in again with that eye cream over the top of it. Just going to tap it in full this time. Sort of a little rub and then a tap. And then I'm going to powder my whole face with that Rimmel powder. And I'll do my hair off camera and I'll show you what it looks like. So I don't powder under the eye. And then I'm going to do my eyebrows, which I use a little brush. I use a little brow plumper. Now, because I've got blonde hair, I don't really want dark eyebrows, but because my eyebrows sort of don't grow properly here, I have to fill it in a little bit. And I'm just going to do the same on the other side. And then I sort of just lightly go over just to even it out. And then I'm going to take that same concealer that I used before. Oh, I've got a sore bum from sitting on the toilet. Not sitting on the toilet, sitting on the bath. So I'm going to take this under the eyebrow bone just to clean it up. So that's it done. I'm just going to do that, and then I'm going in with my blush. I use the Sugar and Spice palette by Makeup Revolution. My little brush is by Real Techniques, which is a bit broken. I'm going to take I'm going to take three pinky colours. I'm going to do the apples of the cheek, but then I'm going to, that helps accentuate the contour a bit, putting it up there. So now, because it's gone on a bit clowny, which we don't want, and I can never do my blusher without it going clowny, what helps to tone it down is to use some powder over the top of this clowny stuff. It calms it down a lot. As you can see, that's toning it down. Then I'm going to finish with the finishing spray. I did get one by Kiko Mellon, but it gives me headaches because it's like a hairspray almost, so I'm just going to I like to put a lot on until I'm dripping wet, because that gives me the satisfaction that it's going to stay on all day, and it helps. Just going to wait for that to dry down, and then we're going to do our lips. Lips is the last thing we're going to do. Now, for the lips, because I've got a gluten intolerance and I can't have, and a gluten kind of allergy, I can't have gluten inside my lips or in my digestive system, so I have to use crappy lipsticks. Usually I did, but I found this one by Unique, which is a lip stain, but I find just putting it on makes it go rather everywhere. So I'm starting off with this red lip liner from Body Shop. You want to overdraw the lips a little bit. And then once you've overdrawn the bottom lip, fill it in with this, because this helps to keep it on for longer as well. It takes a bit of practice, this. It did for me. And the thing with this as well is I find that this is very... If you draw your lips over too much, it can really look draggy. So if you've got big lips, that's fine. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it. And then I'm going to take this red kind of Unique lip stain and just put some on a brush like this. Then I'm just going to go in to the lips. Right, I'm just going to go a little bit further down the bottom lip. Now I'm going to go on the top lip. Now do your research on what lipsticks are good, because I'm not a very good person to ask what lipsticks are good, because I haven't really reviewed many lipsticks. And then what you want to do is take this lip coat, and this will help. It locks in your lipstick. And then you want to... And then that's the makeup done. So I'm going to do my hair off camera and I'll be back once it's done. And I'm in the living room now, so sorry about that noise, it's the fan. Anyway, I forgot to do the highlighting in the corner of my eye, so I take a small finger like this and I just go into the corner of the eye like this. And then I do it on the other eye. That helps to make the eye appear a lot wider. Now I'm going to do my hair off camera. So hi everyone, this is the finished look. Hope you like it. Sorry about my hair, the hairdresser needs to cut my fringe a bit more. But that's the finished look. So it's really good. And yeah, check out all the other people on this channel and all their videos. And yeah, sorry that I've not been consistent with uploading, but I've had things going on. I'm going to try and be consistent now. I'm just going to try my hardest, but when I get my op, obviously I'll have the time off. So love you all and leave you, and thanks everyone for supporting me, and check out my main channel, links will be in description. Love you all, bye! Hi everybody, welcome back to Scott Trans. It's Tuesdays with Steph. So it's open week today, so I'm going to do a makeup tutorial. I'm going to get closer to speak to you all. I'm just, yeah, so yeah,